Hello, divine creators. Welcome to Dumela Universe. We are Vel'Astri. Thank you so much for joining us. And welcome to Divine Tea with Vel'Astri. This is where we get to share some tea, some news, some experience, and some information of what is aligning with us and the collective. And we get to share and teach and grow together and learn from these beautiful energies creating at this time. This one is a bit of I won't say admin session, but we just wish to let you know of the upcoming changes that are about to take place, some new additions to the channel, and some shifts happening in order to align the frequency with the current energy of destiny, anchoring in infinity, anchoring in source creation, creating from the unknown in the expression of your authentic truth. So first we begin with our tarot sessions. We will of course continue offering our tarot sessions on YouTube, and there's a bit of a shift happening in how those are going to be offered vibrationally. In our own personal experience, when we pull our own tarot for us, we do not translate it. We do not translate the frequencies that we receive from the cards, from the source frequency, into English understandable words. For we realize as soon as we understand it, we then engage the brain, and then we define and limit and restrict the meaning. We restrict the frequency of that card, what that card wanted to show us, by deciding where it is going to be healing or what it's about. So instead, we shuffle the tarot and we receive the cards as you've seen us do, and we channel in light language, a language from source, so we don't really understand it. We feel it, we don't really understand it. And then we might also put the card on our third eye and various other chakras and receive it vibrationally, and then we release it. So we have no idea in terms of human understanding what we received, but vibrationally and energetically we've received all. And in the days and weeks to follow, sometimes that day right immediately afterwards, sometimes it's the next day, we literally experience the healing and the knowledge and the breakthrough and the shifts, because now we've allowed the frequency of the tarot freedom to now show us the understanding, show us the meaning, show us the healing, without us directing where it is. And even if the healing is applicable to the situation you're going through, you're no longer deciding how that healing is going to be. You're not controlling the energy. You are allowing the discovery of the healing, or the discovery of the understanding, or the discovery of the release, or the discovery of the manifestation of the abundance. So we are asked now to allow and align all of our work to the frequency unknown, meaning that from now on, primarily our readings will be in light language. This might take a bit of adjustment and a bit of getting used to for all of you. For now, you are receiving vibrationally the frequency, the healing, the information, without any clarification. So now you are to really release to source and the unknown, to reveal to you how your week is going to be. We simply bring in the energy, we bring in what is needed, we bring in the healing, the breakthrough, whatever you are asking for, the abundance, the healing, the answers, the breakthrough, the direction. We now receive it vibrationally as source. And each and every single one of you now get to experience the healing, experience the breakthrough in a way which is richer and more abundant and more accurate to your journey and your frequency. And this will allow you a faster receiving, response in the tarot reading versus the results you're wanting, a richer experiencing of it, and a more the quality of the healing, of the frequencies of what we are offering, of the intention becomes more. It's rich healing. It's no longer now limited by your own perception or by your own understanding or by your own aha moment. It doesn't mean that we will not completely channel in human language, in English. It will come through from time to time, and sometimes the whole reading will be for the known realm. However, much of the frequencies now to be anchored will be in the unknown. And we ask all of you to trust us with this, as you will witness the changes, the breakthroughs in your life. We feel a very powerful and almost measurable, that's the word Source wants to use, a measurable way, where you are literally, I got that reading, I see the experience, I feel the experience, and I align it to that reading. You will be in the experience, you'll be like, that's what that was about. You will literally be able to link the two energies. Of course, we can't prevent you from looking at the imagery and translating it yourself. If you are watching the video and you are receiving your own messages, so we are channeling in light and you're receiving your own messages, of course, then that's necessary. That is part of the process. But we do ask you to try not to directly try to work out what the reading means. We have had to also learn patience in that regard. We do the reading, we light out there. Sometimes we put out the cards for the whole day on the table and we still haven't taken, oh, this Three of Cups of this means. No, we literally just, it's out there, we see it, but we're not interpreting it. We're simply allowing ourselves to absorb the frequencies and allowing the cards, the energies, to teach us in a way that they want to. So it's really allowing source freedom, and we receive really, really powerful shifts and breakthroughs and downloads, and it is really remarkable what has happened once we left the need to know, once we released the understanding as our basis of stability, and rather just trusted source as the basis of stability, and allow the understanding to come in the experiencing of it. So the understanding of the tarot, or what that energy was about, or what we integrated, literally comes in real life, present, unexpectedly sometimes, and we just are blown away by how the healing is so thorough. Because now you are not deciding how the healing will take place. It is just taking place and you're experiencing it. Okay, so we trust each of you will be patient with the process. Source says we sense a bit of frustration because some of you might want to know the details, and just having the light language without that clarity might be a bit frustrating, and that to allow yourself to release the need of the knowledge, to release that ego, and to trust. This is a deep trust in the unknown, and we know that should you allow it, it will really be a very rich and powerful experience for you. And this is how we are healing personally, and of course, now that that's how we heal, that is how we wish to share with all of you this healing way. So that's the first slight adjustment and change that will come through. We shall be uploading the first of this kind of energy today with a source message. And of course we have done this before. We've done light language integrations. However, this is literally seeing us do a 10-card spread and channel light language as we usually channel English. So it'll be very, very interesting. And yes, of course, as Source has brought through, some words will come through should the understanding be necessary. A lot of meditative. It's really almost like an interactive tarot session now, as opposed to just viewing and listening to and getting the knowledge. There'll be some breathing and maybe some instruction. Interesting. But it just allows Source more freedom to assist each and every single one of you to reach what you are wanting. Of course, some of our clients who we have had one-on-one sessions with will understand, for a lot of the transmissions are in light language, and yes, they're quite effective, are they not? And the other part that we are excited, Source has really been asking us to step out of our comfort zone and to explore unknown waters. We are to, or rather, most of our work, as you have come to understand it, has been the translating of vibration, anchoring light codes from the shadow, from the unknown into the physical, into the seen. And now we are ready to assist healing in the light, in the physical, not only the shadow, but also in the physical. We are now receiving, this is a clearer way of expressing this. We heal through unknown energy, yes? We bring the unknown energies from the shadow into the light for you to understand, for you to know. But now we're going even further, where we're taking it from the unknown shadow to the unknown light. So even in the physical, it's unknown, and now you allow the physical freedom to manifest it in the way that honors Source, that doesn't honor the mind and the known, the information, the external knowledge, but now honors Source. So unknown to unknown, and then known in the experiencing of it. Yes. We are also now healing the light, the physical, from the known light, the known physical, to the unknown physical, meaning what ways in which we have been programmed to engage, to be, to physical. We are now allowing that to be anew, to be reestablished through Source, from Source. And this is primarily going to be through the healing of the sacral chakra. This is where we receive our highest frequency. We have been conditioned to be turned on by the external, right? To be excited by the external, to be reactive to the external. So the external gives us the reference points of being. Oh, that excites me, or that is said to be exciting, so I'm going to decide it's exciting. Or, okay, the world has set rule that that is what turns how can we say that? That's attractive, that's not attractive, this is good, that's not good, that's how you engage in that, that's not how you engage with that, that's what turns people on, that's what turns people off, right? Even sexually, there's certain body parts which we have been conditioned are those parts that turn you on, erogenous parts. And should somebody else find something else, a part that turns them on, then it's a fetish. And Source is saying, is it really a fetish, or is it just that that person's G-spot happens to be in their toe and that's how they are? And you've decided it's a fetish because it's not the norm, you see. So we are releasing those set ways of how and what turns you on, what stimulates you, what excites you. And rather we are going to re-engage the sacral chakra, that what turns us on, what stimulates us, what brings that excitement, what brings all of those things is from within the sacral chakra, within you. So you're reclaiming your focal point. You're reclaiming your reference point to your highest self. You're no longer assigning emotion to the external experiences. You're allowing the emotion to be born of you, of your highest self, of your sacral chakra. So this is going to be you being turned on by Source, by soul, by what's happening there, by your highest self. And then allowing your highest self to manifest, to be the reference point of the physical to change upon. So now the physical manifests according to your sacral chakra. So you will discover what turns you on, because the physical takes the shape of now where you are focusing on, which is your highest self. So whatever is aligned with that energy, that stimulation, that excitement, that happiness, that joy will then manifest within new experiences, and of course within current experiences, where now you are allowing maybe your current partner to express themselves in a new way, a way you are not used to seeing, but a way in which they feel inspired to, because they're vibing with you, and they might also be surprised at how they are, what they are suggesting you do, or how they're presenting themselves, and they're thinking, I don't know where this is coming from, but I feel that this is what I would like to try with you, and you're like, okay, and it feels really exciting for you, because it's no longer these defined ways in which you're trying to find excitement, but rather you embody the frequency of excitement, and excitement manifests freely in the physical realm. For us to do this, Source has asked us to be completely in the nude, in order for us to embrace open nakedness before Source. Naturally, we cannot do this on YouTube, and we have been encouraged to do this on an OnlyFans site. This will allow complete freedom of naked expression without judgment, and also to heal quite a great portion of the frequency there, where sexuality and sexual identity and expression has been tabooed by society. We are now going to bring in a light of healing, where one is no longer ashamed of their sexuality, sexual identity, sexual expression. And you're also now allowing your soul within to teach you your sexuality, not what people from this physical world have observed and labeled you, and how you have now also are now trying to label yourself to see, or trying to figure out what you truly are, but still using reference points of the physical, releasing the physical entirely, centering into Source, and allowing Source to show you the expression of your sexuality, the expression of your desires, the expression of your sensuality, the expression of your frequency, because many of you, I'm sure, have been feeling that, you know, things that used to excite you, not so much anymore. Things that used to turn you on, not so much anymore. You know, you might see someone who's attractive to you, but it no longer really, in the past, wow, now it's, yeah, but there's something, just, it doesn't feel. That's because Source attracts you now. Source attracts you. Source stimulates you. Source excites you. So the only way to now call that frequency in, to raise yourself into that realm of Source being dynamic, is by you engaging in a dynamic Source and empowering that frequency and anchoring it in and stimulating it and staying there. And now the being, the person, whether it is new or whether they're already within you, with you, they're called to your energy, because they're in resonance to it. And then when you see them, you're like, whoa, why are they making me feel excited? Why am I? Because now it's no longer the external creating the stimulation. It is the internal, because that's where you have refocused what stimulates you, what turns you on, what excites you. And it's not only going to be in a sexual experiencing, it's in all experiencing of the physical. Because now when you engage in the physical world, you're attracting it from your sacral chakra, from within your higher self. And the physical is now mapping itself out according to that space. And Source has said, first we start, well, it has to be on that platform, OnlyFans. We have to be naked and nude in order to show that vulnerability and releasing shame. I'm going to do a lot of shame healing, a lot of releasing of shame, insecurity, a lot of releasing of judgment, of expression, intimacy, And it's also going to be in a way where, again, it's interactive. A lot of our things are going to be more interactive, where you are engaging with us, not just observing and watching, but you will also be encouraged to be naked and to be open, of course, making the temperature suitable to you, making the environment comfortable, because this is sacral chakra, this is passion, this is sensual. So really allowing the environment to be where you feel at ease, where you feel comfortable. We know that in the northern hemisphere you'll be moving to the winter months, so making it cozy, making it fiery, even if you feel you do not want to completely be open, maybe wearing something over, but still there is something about a nakedness, a vulnerability that's important in these energies, that to release these limitation of clothes being a shield, being a protector, but rather that you are already protected by your own energy and frequency. And then we will do a lot of breathing exercises and integrations and all of those experiences. So however the session runs, we do not know how long these are going to be. We're just going to literally flow with it. We're just going to go with it. And then you will see in your days how that manifests and how that changes and how that upgrades and integrates in your frequency, how your sexual experiences develop and evolve, how you're interacting in the physical develops and evolves, how your navigating an expression of yourself develops and evolves. Okay. We will also be learning with you, just as when we are channeling and when we are creating on these platforms, we grow with you as we are learning. We don't pre-plan this. We are right now receiving, even this message we're receiving and channeling straight through. So we are receiving as we are teaching, and we are healing and expanding as we are processing and integrating and teaching. And so this is also an experience where source, we had our source, should we do this before then us, start the process already so that we know what we're going to get into? And source said, no, why put that's a lot of stress. And now you've planned how it's going to be. No, when you start day one, you start and you are learning right there and then, and whoever's viewing is learning right there and then. And some, of course, most will be one-on-one, for we are here in our own frequency. But of course, if you have a partner or partners, depending on your frequency and where you are and what resonates with you, you are able to watch it with them, and you will all be in those experiences. It is going to involve sensuality and sexuality and expression and intimacy, in a way which honors you and honors the frequency of us, for we heal in awakening, liberating and freeing, allowing ease in self in all spaces. So nothing we do will be a discomfort to you or will be a distraction to you. It is a liberation and a freedom to you. Okay. And then also, of course, healing the frequency of sexual work, sexual identity, sexual experiencing, sexual being. We're excited for that one. And as soon as we have completed the first upload, we will, of course, let you all know. And should you all be called to it, then we shall dive into those unknown waters together and explore further the awakening. There will be a subscription fee, however it will not be too much. We are not really, we have the one-on-one sessions are really for us to, when we get into those private sessions, that's when we then allow maybe a bit of a higher rate. But in terms of TikTok and YouTube, it is of course by donation, and then that will be an amount which will align with the donation frequency. Okay, that feels aligned for us at the time, and it's what we're receiving, so we are happy for that. And it shall evolve with us. The show and the experience and the series rather will evolve with us. Okay. We also wish to speak on, yes, in Cape Town. We are in Cape Town, South Africa. And should you be local here, or should you be visiting Cape Town, and wish to have a session with us, we are available now for vibrational touch sessions, where we are now using touch, physical touch, and then vibrational touch, which is non-physical touch. For example, vitos, vites, viriatos, vios, vies, viatis, guitares. To anchor in light codes, to assist in realigning cells, activating cells, reawakening cells, evolution, regeneration, a myriad of things, limitless of course, depending what you require at the time. We are able to translate all frequencies, not only in sound as you have been experiencing through these channels, but also now through movement. You've seen us use movement. It is simply becoming again more physical as we are now we are shifting more into the physical expression of Vel'Astri, our Kemet energy, the physical embodiment of that which we are. Okay, that is it for now. So we just wish to give you a bit of an understanding of where we are shifting to. The videos in the beginning stages will of course have a bit of, well, we believe all the videos in the beginning will have a bit of an explanation as to the channeling of light. This is simply because we'll have some new viewers coming in, will have no idea what's happening. So of course we will explain this a bit so that you'll also get used to it. And we just trust that we know deeply that it would assist you greatly. We just trust that you shall trust the process with us and allow yourself to receive in a way which is new, unfamiliar, to allow yourself to receive from the unknown waters of you. We are Pisces Sun energy, so we are the fish swimming in the shadow, in the unknown, and that's what we've been doing all this time, right? Anchoring all this information, and now it's time for the physical fish to do the same. And we trust that you will enjoy the harmony, the awakening, the divine love frequency, for that is what it is, the discovery and the creation of divine love through source in spirit and now source in physical. You in spirit and you in physical. Blessed be.